What's going on, everyone? Johnny Coming Bright here, founder of JohnnyBrightMedia.com. And today, my friends, we're going to discuss some marketing tips for new business owners that I feel like can be a huge benefit to you. So before I get into that, I just wanted to say if you've been curious about, how I'm making all these videos and why I'm just always home, you see me here, just always making videos every day and or every week, then there are some free training videos on how you can do the same thing too. If you're interested, just check out in the description box below. I have a link there. It's called desiderytide.com/start/home. You're just going to click on that link and go ahead and go to that website, and it's going to show you a few steps on how you can actually get the videos. So let's go ahead and dive right into what we're here today for, and that is marketing tips for new business owners who are really trying to get their business up and going, but they're very confused as to how just to do that. For myself, I know that I am a brand new business owner. I haven't even been in business barely even a year now, but I'm up, I'm going, I'm live, I'm kicking, and I'm here because I want to share some value with you guys. Some things pretty much that I'm learning and some things that I'm doing, just as I promised in my welcome video. So the first thing I want to talk about is social media, the power of social media. So right off the bat, I think that it's imperative that you learn the language of every single social platform out there. Not every single one, but at least we'll say four. I'll say a good four. All right. So if I were to name the top ones, that will obviously be like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then maybe I don't know, Pinterest. So just to learn the language or the lingo of, what to put on there, what type of print to put on there, right? What type of images to put on there, what type of videos to put on there. I think it's very, very important to learn that, and that's actually what I'm doing right now too. That's actually, it's a continued education because, all these platforms continuously change. They always change. They're always adding something. Like right now, the hot social media platform out there is Instagram, and they're always adding new features. So you got to know how to maneuver. You got to know how to navigate and get around on there and figure out how you can actually get your message across in a very clear and specific way. And you want to be able to engage, as much as you can. So learning the language is very important, I think so, and that's actually something that I'm still doing myself, how to learn it. A great resource that I could say that you could use is a book by our very own Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk. This book came out about, I want to say 3, maybe 4 years ago. I think it's been really that long. The book is called Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. And this book that he put together is pretty much like a textbook on how to speak on various different social channels. Yeah, pick up that book. I'm going to drop that link down below as well. Check out that book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. Absolutely phenomenal. Very, I highly, highly recommend that. And something else that I'm learning is that when you're starting a business, you really want to be consistent. You really want to be consistent in how many times you post, whether if it's once a day, 3 times a day, or just 3 times a week. Whatever it is, though, you really want to be consistent. And so one thing I highly recommend is that you create a content calendar. Now, I used to just wake up and post, or wake up and whenever I got time, post. But I'm starting to see that it's not as effective because when you do that, you kind of leave your audience kind of like wondering when are you going to post, When you do get on a content calendar, then you get really specific and very militant about when you post, and not only when you post, but where you do it. Well, if you're posting on Facebook at 8 a.m. every single morning, do that. Show up, because you know what? The people who are watching you, the eyeballs that you've captured, they're after a while they're going to start expecting that content to come out at this time on the way to work. They're scrolling through, they're looking for it, and you want them to be able to see you every single morning, because whatever's at the top of the mind is going to be at the tip of the tongue, right? That's just something that's contagious that I got from this book, Contagious, that I read. But yeah, you want to have a content calendar, and you want to be very, 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 very organized with just how you're putting out your content out there. All right, so I think that's all I want to say for social media right now. And those are just some things that I'm actually doing for myself, some things that I'm learning, some things that I'm testing, some things that I'm trying out. And then we can go down the rabbit hole on just, how to present this content on your social channels. But I think I'll leave that to a later date because right now my laptop is kind of full of memory and I gotta delete a whole bunch of stuff. I'd rather share a screen with you guys, but yeah, we're just gonna roll with what we got here right now. So the second thing I wanted to share with you guys is YouTube, the power of organic reach with YouTube. And this is something that I'm recently learning about here with YouTube, and that is you really gotta do your research when it comes down to SEO. What do they call it? SEO. Well, yeah, your SEO rankings are important, and that comes from the titles that you use in your videos. And then it also comes from the description and even the tags that you use, kind of like underneath your video. All of that stuff is extremely important because, for one, your title, that's how people are going to find your video. That's how it's going to pop up in the search engine within Google and YouTube. That's how it's going to pop up. And so it'll be very, very wise, just as I'm doing, it will be very, very wise for you to take a look at whenever you put in that topic, or that title, whenever you put in that title into the search bar, you press enter, and then the search results come up right underneath. You really want to be searching for or aiming for, my words are all scrambled right now. You really want to be aiming for a low number, all right? Because you really don't want to be competing with a title that has well over 1 million search results. You really want to aim for something that's maybe like 10,000, 15,000 search results, something that you can actually compete with, when it comes down to the titles. And then after your titles, this is all the stuff that I'm learning. After your titles, you want to focus on taking that title and then what you said in your video and bleeding it into your description, because right there in your description box, that's actually telling YouTube's artificial intelligent algorithm that what your video is about. And so this is gonna project how your video actually ranks within the SEO engine. And so, like if you did like this video says marketing tips for new business owners. So inside the description, below the title, inside the description, you really want to talk about the marketing tips for new business owners. You want to put that inside of the description. You want to put in there that you talked about social media. You want to put in there that you talked about, Facebook or Instagram, or all the stuff that you're talking about in your video. You want to put that in your description, bit by bit by bit, so that the search engine can actually know how to rank your video. And then it's very, very important that you take everything that's in there in the description and you create tags right below that, because that's how you get your SEO score, and that's how your video is going to be more discovered by people who are searching that same title when they're looking for videos. So it's a killer. It's a real killer when you're a new business owner, you're starting up. You want to put content out there, but before you even do that, it's so crucial that you do all your research. It's very, very crucial that, again, on social media, you get a content calendar, you get all organized, you learn the language. What else? You document on YouTube. You do not create, like right now, like this video that I'm doing right now, like I just thought of it like 5 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like I just thought of it 5 minutes ago because I'm a new business owner who's learning and implementing all of these strategies that I'm going to be sharing here with you guys. And I'd rather document this stuff as opposed to try to create something. I'm not ready to teach yet. All right, I admit that. In my previous videos, they were awesome. They kind of got me up. They kind of got me going. But right now, I'm really finding my voice. I'm really searching for my voice so that I can be able to speak about this, on the fly, in a group in front of people, or at a keynote speech maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. And I think it's very, very important to do it this way, to document on YouTube as opposed to creating, because you want people to like you want things to feel authentic and real when people come and watch your content. Okay, so these are just some things that I'm learning along my journey and some of the things that I'm doing and implementing within my own business. And I have to admit that I feel a lot better doing it this way as opposed to trying to like create. And this is something that Gary Vaynerchuk talks about all the time, and that's because I feel like he kind of hit this spot on, and I feel like he's totally right because once you start getting in like creative mode, then everything stops. Like everything stops, and then it kind of derails you from actually just saying what's natural. It's almost like you have to stop to go do research, to go learn it, to go then practice it, to go like everything stops, right? But if you just pick up your phone and you just speak about what you're learning and about what you're doing, then it becomes a lot easier to create content. It's almost like podcasts, right? Even podcasts is another one. Podcasts are great because it's just a way to create more content and not have to worry about what you want to talk about. Because normally on a podcast, you're just asking someone a question and then the conversation just flows from there. And then who knows where the conversation is going to go. But it's an awesome way to create content and add value to people because people are always interested in listening to someone who's got a little bit more experience than they do, or they're further down the road than the person who's either interviewing them or I mean it's just an awesome way to document, like, again, versus create. So those are my marketing tips that I have for you here today. I hope they were useful. Hope you guys took some value from them. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be showing up here every single Wednesday. Excuse me, I'm like talking ahead of myself. I'm going to be showing up here every single Wednesday, giving you guys as much value as I can, sharing with you what I'm learning, what I'm doing, and growing with you guys as well. So that is all I have for today. I will speak with you guys next Wednesday. Until then, my friends, take care, keep growing, keep learning, keep persevering through whatever you're going through, and gratitude. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.